Good things take time. It's not something that happens overnight. It's strange when you write with new people, you never really know how the write's gonna go, what's gonna happen. And during that write in particular, I had a lot going on.
Number one, writing with somebody, are they a cool person? I have written with Devin before. He's a great guy. He shows up and he brings his A game because he wants a good song.
Of course, it had to be us two Albertans being in Nashville to write together. The tough part about writing for someone without being in a room with them beforehand is that you just don't know exactly what they are as an artist or who they are as a writer. So half the fun is just getting into the room and figuring out what everyone does. And we figured that out pretty quick. And once we did, the song just wrote itself.
Alee had kind of pitched this idea, Good Things.
I'll tell you what, I don't know what Good Things meant initially, but now when I think of it, after hearing the song we wrote, I think of my grandparents' house that we still go back to visit every summer. I think about my parents' wedding photo and then where they are at now and how I want something just like that. I think of the bottle of champagne we brought my brother for his 21st birthday, and he's just about to pop it.
You know what they say about good things, so they don't come overnight. You know, you gotta work for them, gotta work hard.
The idea of the imagery in the song is it's all handcrafted, has a personal, sentimental element to everything in it. I grew up in a hand-built log house. The cool part about that was you never notice every imperfection in the place. Every day you can look around and see something different. And it's not the imperfections, it's like the unique things that make it what it is. My phone was buzzing constantly throughout the write. And at one point I got a phone call and I had to leave the room. I had to leave the room for probably about 15 minutes. This phone call that I got was about a liver transplant. My dad had been on the list to get a liver transplant. And while we were in the middle of this write, I received a phone call from the Edmonton hospital saying that an appointment had been moved and I was able to come in early to get all of my testing done to be a potential donor. And if I was able to change my flights to come back from Nashville early, they'd be able to get me in and we could do all the testing. And at that point, they also said, we want to let you know there's been a cancellation in the operation room. So if all your testing goes well, you could be in the operating room the following Monday. Fast forward a few days, comes Monday, fly back. The next Monday, we end up getting a liver transplant. It was years in the making to be able to get to that point, and it all kind of fell into place while writing the song. I knew that if I went back to the room and started talking about everything that had just happened, it would just completely derail the write. Like, to this day, I don't even think Alee and Manning know that. I think when they see this video, they're gonna see it for the first time and have no idea that that actually happened in the write. Production is probably different than a lot of people would expect it to be about a song like this.
When I first heard the song, I was immediately drawn in by the verse melody.
Handmade leather couch sitting in the living room, right beside Grandpa's clock. You build 52 in a house.
An explosion of hooks, the melody and the rhythms, and of course the meaning, everything about it. This is about as obvious as it's been in our journey with Devin in terms of which song to cut next and what should be a single moving forward.
The music that was produced to go with the song is a very bold statement. And I think that the song is also a bold statement by simply saying that good things take time. Like, it's not an overnight thing. It's dedication, perseverance, and that is kind of like a punch in the gut when you hear that.
So we really labored over who the right players were for the record.
We really wanted to bring an energy and a feeling that came with people who frankly have lived and breathed in rock music forever, and who can, we can incorporate into this project and tie them into, again, Devin's brand of country to create this hybrid.
It's nice to hear about all the things about how the song relates to me and how I grew up and things like that. But ultimately, as a songwriter, when you write a song, you want to be able to connect with people on something that relates to them. This is why we write songs. I hope that when people listen to Good Things, not to get preachy, but it's to know that it's okay for things in life to take time. I say this every day, like Rome wasn't built in a day. It's just one step at a time. everything they do in life. It's not going to happen like that. If this can provide some reassurance to people, it might give them that last bit of hope that they need.
You know what to say about good things.